Hello everyone, welcome to Machina Lutris. Yes sir. Yeah, let's start. I saw some cool art from for this visual novel right here, so I got curious. I'ma check it out. Those who are new or not, subscribe, like, comment down below if you think I should play some other. Oh my god, it's moving. Everyone's dead. The world was silent, with nothing but dusty winds billowing faintly. We barely had time to react. It picked us off one by one until only I remained. My muzzle was broken, my spine had twisted unnaturally, and droplets of blood dribbled from a splitting wound carved into the back of my head. I fought by the captain's side. She had decades of experience on me. She'd seen more combat than any of us rookies combined. Now her feral carcass lay several dozen meters to my right, shredded with ribbons of red festooning from the cockpit. How was I still alive? Mangled though I am. Was there any way out? Any way for me to live another day? There has to be a way to survive. There just has to be. Or was it just toying with me? Letting me languish in the aftermath of the slaughter, drawing out the suffering until the bleeding takes me. As if they could comprehend the idea of such cruelty. No. No. It probably just assumed I'm dead and took off. Either way, did it really matter if the end result's the same? I stared at the headset that was lying on the floor. Miraculously, it remained completely intact. Should I even bother? Should I even get my hopes up? It hurt to even move. What chances were there? What chances were there that I'd survive even they rescued me? No, just let it end. Give it up and go peacefully. Oh, for fuck's sake. Forcing myself through splitting agony, I grabbed the headset and placed it over my ears. Dispatch, emergency signal. I require help immediately. Even muttering those words burned as if a match had been struck in my lungs. But the message was going through, a signal had been sent out. Any squadron in a 6-kilometer radius would have been able to pick up on that. Someone's gotta be there. They have to be. Maybe they can save me. Moments pass and no answer. Come on, there has to be someone out there. Sending an emergency signal. I need help immediately. Another minute. Silence. I repeat, this is an emergency. Call from Garland Squadron. No answer. I repeat, please. No answer. Anyone? Please? No answer. I'm begging you. And once again, nothing. Motherfucker! I hurled a piece of junk and it smashed into the wall. I screamed, louder than I ever thought was possible. Even when my voice gave out, I continued screaming and screaming until all that came out were sickly gasps. My throat was raw and my lungs hurt with every breath, yet it all paled compared to the hopelessness that scraped away in my guts. It turned and twisted like a corkscrew, winding my intestines into a knot. There's nothing I could do. No matter how much I scream, no matter how much I pray, there's nothing I could do to avoid the inevitable. This would be where I die. I leaned back, wheezing with eyes burning from the sting of tears. How did it come to this? How? I began imagining the people I'd leave behind, the lives they'd lead without me. Memories of their voices, moments of intimacy, moments of conflict, the people I loved and the people I hated. Just this morning, I was bantering with my comrades like normal. Just this morning, I had made plans to see my parents in a few weeks. They'd all carry on without me. What? Crackling noise blossomed from the headset. A voice! My heart leapt. My heart leaped and I seized the headset. Hello! Hello! This is Tiger Squadron, come in. My god, yes! A delighted howl took flight and the sensation of life coursed back into my body. I'm going to live. Hello? Do you copy? Reread, you soldier. Thank you. Dispatch a rescue team immediately. We Garden Squadron has been completely wiped out. Wiped out? There was unintelligible gibberish as the caller spoke with her crew. I couldn't quite make out what they were saying. Anxiety writhed like worms in my guts. I couldn't stay here any longer. Not when that thing is still out there. Send us your coordinates. Understood. And your name? Name? My name is Athelio Moneta. Athelio, hold on one moment. I'll check with my superior. I imagined finally returning home for once. It had been so long. Mom's cooking, Dad's laughter. I get out of here, I'm going back to them immediately. If. What the fuck were they waiting for? Yes, what? He hesitated for a moment. Something was wrong. No, nothing's wrong. I'm sorry. You're sorry? We're unable to dispatch units in your direction. Don't fuck with me here. What are you talking about? Our orders are to prioritize the safety of our cargo. He swallowed. The order is absolute. I couldn't even muster the words. It's gone. Right through my paws. Just abandoning me like this. To be torn apart by that monster. You piece of shit! My stammers turned into screams. My screams turned to violent insults. And my insults turned to pleas before the radio shut off. I couldn't die here. I refuse to let that thing win. The mega colony hadn't done anything for a while now. Why hasn't it sensed me yet? It was still here. What was it waiting for? If I could get someplace safer. Maybe they'll reconsider the rescue. I don't know. There's nothing to lose at this point. Run unit diagnostics. Internal temperature critical overheat warning. Oh god. The internal temperature's off the charts. If I overexerted myself, I'd be leaving this world in a mushroom cloud. Fuck! Close the diagnostic window. Run their calibrations. Prepare Feral for launch. Every so often, a shadow danced in my field of vision that made my heart jolt with nerves. Some of them were scuttling about, peering from the shadows, waiting for me to kick it. Small fry. Don't think about them, just focus on the task at hand. I could only muster minor fixes to the Feral's control scheme. It should be enough to get me several clicks north. The Feral lurched as I trained my inputs. It took a full second to move a digit after input. Combat's out of the question. No. In that case, I could barely wield any blade. Doubt its distortion properties were even working anyways. This is gonna be Impossible, huh? It's futile. I knew it's futile. So why did I even try? You know what? Fuck it. It's time to get this scrap heap off the ground. Activate ventriloquist system. Wait, texture, gravity, proprioception. It all came flooding in as the V system labored to read me. I was in control now, haggard by the battle, but still functional at least. I'm back. I'm ready. My vigor renewed amid the odds. I stepped forward with my spirit rekindled. Alright, I'm digging this. I'm digging the VN right now. I'm digging it. It's got that potential. It was a daze. My body screamed in searing agony as fresh blood splattered the back of my seat. The ground had collapsed beneath me. Something attacked from below. No, 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 no! The delirium abated, and in its place a constricting terror took hold. My stomach was writhing with worms. My heart beat so fast I swore it might explode, but my mind was focused entirely on that thing that approached. Amid the plume of dust, it crept forward, cold and calculated. As it drew nearer, its image became clearer, and whatever delusions of hope I might have had simply perished. Oh no, get back, stay away! My last thoughts, God, what would my last thought be? Home, my family, those things I wish I could tell them but didn't. Loves I never confessed, lies I never corrected. For some reason all I could think about was that time years ago talking to the captain about what happens when you die. God damn it! I don't know if she was pulling my tail or she believed in some bullshit science, but she said that your brain tries to comfort you in your last moments. When you're on that brink, it may feel like euphoria before it all goes dark. That thought, no, it was the only comfort I had. The only thing I could cling to. So please, just make it quick. I.C.O. Machina Lutris. Alright, I get authenticated right away. First time here, Mr. Judah Bishop? Yes, can we hear this? Yes, can we hear this up? Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. The tram will be here in 15 minutes. Here's your card back, sir. Good luck out there today, soldier. Episode 1. Activate. Shit, I'm late! She better still be on the fucking line. I shut the booth's door and the cacophony of the station lowered to a faint murmur. My nose crinkled to a foul odor permeating the enclosed space. A carpet of abandoned fur lay scattered across the cold iron floor. Eyes sore, mouth dry. It was an 0300-hour wake-up call today, and the fatigue was murder. I turned to face the comm box's main screen and tapped the surface of its smudge screen. Please input the recipient's information, it said in a robotic voice garbled by static. Oh, with static, damn. The display shifted to a collage of numbers and forms. I scrolled through each of them, punching in whatever information it asked of me. There is one user, Molly Bishop, currently in the requested room. Connect with this user? I accept. A moment passed before the silence turned to faint static and a warm voice emanated from beyond the wires. Judah! Hey, Mom. Can you hear me? Is the quality good? It works just fine. She sighed and rubbed her brow. It better be. I spent a whole month's pay on this personal calling station. Anyways, how are you? How are you holding up? Oh, you know, how's work going for you? Jerry's been working my tail off. I had to deal with a busted generator the other day. 12 fucking hours dealing with that shit. Place still doesn't have running electricity, but hey, at least the fire's out. No kidding. Oh, and thought I should tell you that There was a tiny breach yesterday. I shut up, nearly pressing my face against the screen surface. The fuck? Are you okay? Fuck's sakes, Judah, calm down. I wouldn't be taunted if I wasn't. It was a small lockdown. Some of the warding material got eaten, but they took care of it. I'm. She swallowed before speaking with a tremble in her voice. I'm fine. You can't just. You can't just say that and not expect me to freak out, Mom. If Urbane's dealing with a breach, even a minor one, Judah, that's enough, hun. No, the situation was dealt with. Drop it. Alright? Judah! I sat back down with teeth clenched so tightly I swore they were cracking under the pressure. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have brought it up, she said with a look of deep shame. Are you certain you can do this, Judah? Mom, what do you mean? You're still acting like that. Mom, of course I can. Just, if it was it'd be different. She sat silently for a moment, eyes averted. There's nothing I can do about it anyways. This is all I've got now. You know that. We sat in dead silence for another beat. All your paperwork sorted out? Yes. Had my will submitted just last night. Know what you'll be doing? I turned away, a knot twisting itself around my stomach. Do we need to talk about this right now? Judah, honey, I only want to make sure you're in the right headspace. You do know what you'll be doing out there, right? Mom, it's just convoy work, 8 or 10 hours in the field. Well, so long as you're well defended, there shouldn't be too much to worry about. Have you met your squadron yet? Well, not yet. They're called Garden Squadron, I believe. Ardor has something for flowers, apparently. Well, make sure you get to know them at least. Alright, Mom, for you. It doesn't come easy, alright? And I don't know. I mean, it's been fine anyways. Have you, hun? Are you really fine, Judah? Yes. Are you sure? Yes, I'm fine. Before Mom could say another word, a voice echoed from outside. The tram to Hangar 03 has just arrived and will be leaving in 5 minutes. All military personnel are required to show their identifications at the front reception. Thank you. Shit. Our time was up. Oh, well, please. Judah, be safe out there. And be sure to call me the moment you get back, okay, hon? Her voice cracked. You could hear the lump balled up in her throat. She gave me one last look. Her mouth smiled as if to comfort me, but her eyes betrayed deep sadness. I love you, Judah, more than anything in the world. I love you, Judah. You know that. I love you more than anything in the world. She stared at me so intensely, as if begging me not to go. What I would give to just spend all my time here, talking to her about mundane shit forever. I bid my farewell. Those might be the last words she hears from me. Love you too. Tonight, 1900, same chat room. I'll be sure to call you there if I get back. Oh, I love this art, man. It's so shiny. The monorail will depart momentarily. Current destination, Hangar 03. I wedged myself to the back of the car by the window. And after a few more passengers boarded, the doors shut. The monorail will now be departing. The tram lurched, wheels turned on the railing, and the car began to accelerate. I rested my head on the frame of the window and stared at the tunnel walls. As the tram continued, a light from the far end of the tunnel grew in intensity. Ardor's air burned its way into my nostrils as the tram exited. It was offensive, like a mix of gasoline and burning rubber, stinging the eyes and nose with a relentless irritation you never grew completely used to. I peered downwards and spotted a wispy cloud hovering above the industrial district. Another strike? The tear gas cloud seemed much larger than the previous week. Or was it another accident in the chemical engineering plant? Hard to tell. Though, I could have sworn there were flashes of light accompanied by the faint popping of a semi-automatic. It was easy enough to turn out, so I leaned my head against the glass and shut my eyes. I rested my tail on the floor and assumed a comfortable position, or about as comfortable as you could get with this kind of seating. God, I wanted to curl up my shitty cot and sleep the week away. Maybe a minute of shut-eye or so. Excuse me, aren't you? Before my eyes could even open halfway, a shooting pain jolted up my tail. Motherfucker! I yelled and nearly jumped out of my seat. Pangs of agony pulsed from its tip and I cradled it closely. I swear that cunt broke a bone. Standing up, I prepared a verbal beatdown at the twat. You blind? Watch your damn paws, jackass! Only now did I notice how many people were staring at us. My pain turned to mortification and I withdrew back into my seat. Whoa, hey, sorry about that. He was a canine, some yellow dog, a golden retriever? No, his ears were too pointed. I think a jackal would suffice. The dog shuffled a bit as if trying to find the words to say. What? What do you want? Holy shit, I'm liking this. Oh, this is the OST? Oh my goodness. What a vibe. Oh, yo, listen to this, sleepyheads. The dog's ears flicked. Sorry, mate. Just wanted to ask something. Your jumpsuit says Garland on the back, eh? Garland, yes. Ooh, well, ain't that convenient? The dog turned around to show the back of his jumpsuit. Of course, the word Garland was plastered right across it. See, Honor, yeah? Didn't think we'd be getting one of you, especially up here in our door. Here you all are the fluffiest guys around. Huh. You are a sea otter, yeah? Well, I think that is a yes. I sat back down, clutching the throbbing pain at the end of my tail. To my horror, the dog wedged himself beside me, tail haphazardly thrown to my lap. Well, nice to meet ya. Saw about the whole thing before, yeah? Name's Gilligan Donato. I brushed his tail off to the side. Alright. And you are? He kept staring at me expectantly. The seconds flew before I finally conceded. Judah. Well, looks like gotta be partners, Judah. The model should be arriving soon, so maybe I could show you around, meet the rest of the guys, This guy stepped in my tent and wants to serve as my tour guide. Buddy, listen, I'm not in the mood for something like this now, so I can find my own way around, alright? Gil let out a faint whimper. Are you sure? I mean, it's a pretty big complex. Yes, I'm certain. Leave me alone. Gil whimpered and shrunk back. That's mean. But I get it. Bad impression, you know. Sorry. Well, I guess I'll see you there. He got up and shuffled away, looking quite upset. Well, it wasn't not my problem, okay? I got up way too early for this shit. I sighed and rested my head back against the glass. At least I could get some rest before... The monorail will arrive momentarily. Please prepare to depart immediately. After getting off the tram, I hitched a ride on one of the hangar's transit cars. Miles upon miles, racing through the hangar's long stretch of track built into the earth. We stopped at Quadrant 3 at the 15th docking bay. It took me a little more than 9 minutes to arrive. It was an open space, etched into the side of the runway where the ferals were docked. I wandered around a bit, unsure where to linger. Technicians were busy tending to the ferals held dormant their shackles. In the center of Quadrant stood an AT, an armored transport. An ironclad hunk of that looked more like a cube of steel than an actual vehicle. It looked it weighed more than the ferals did. Its backside was wide open, being loaded with a mountain of supplies. Water, food, batteries, even clothing. It was enough to last me for a lifetime. Between the ferals, the AT, and all the scurrying personnel, it was hard to find a place to linger for more than a few moments. I turned the spot. Wait, sorry, everyone. I turned the spot a small table resting at the far corner of the hangar, where it appeared that three others were waiting. No other option, I guess. I made my way towards them. One of them was a dog from earlier, whose ears perked as I entered. We exchanged an awkward glance before I turned to face the other two. The closest to me was a porty sea lion leaning back in his seat, casually. He cast a sideward glance at me and flashed a warm smile. And at the end, tucked in the back, was a slight rat donning a pair of thick lenses. It was too busy nibbling at his claws to even look up as I entered. 3 and I make 4. It seemed we were missing the captain. Before I could take a few steps further, the sea lion stood from his seat and approached. "Morning! I take it you're our last member." He extended an arm forward. "Oh, Hugo. Hugo Wagner's the name. Pleasure to meet you, buddy." I simply stared at his outstretched flipper. Not too keen on contact, eh? I can respect that. Can I get a name at least?" "Judah." "Well, make yourself at home, Judah. Gil, be the charming gentleman you always are, and introduce yourself." That won't be necessary. Let's just say we've already got our introductions out of the way." Gil gave a sheepish grin and looked away while Hugo eyed him suspiciously. "What on earth did you get into, my boy?" "Nothing serious, alright." "Jeez." Very well, anyways. Very well. Anyways, Judah." Oh, Hugo pushed a chair towards me and motioned for me to sit. I'm good." He shrugged. "Suit yourself, chum." I don't know. We gives me with a big fella vibe, you know. Maybe a deeper but louder, echoey voice. I don't know. "Top of the morning there, brothers." That's Jacksepticeye, I'm sorry. The sea lion returned to his seat and lazily leaned back, casting a half glance in my direction. "Sea otter, eh? Long way from the sea." "Could say the same to you." "Born and raised in Ovation, never once touched the ocean." "Not much of a sea lion now, am I? How about you?" "Crater Hope." "Ah." Hugo felt silent at that. "Where's the cab? We should be leaving for the bug county soon, yeah?" "Relax, it's a few minutes before a briefing scheduled. Oh. Punctuality and all, not a moment before or after." "God help if you're late, though." Or was it God help if you're late, though. I'm trying to make a voice for him. I can't. "Can't wait to get this over with." "You scared?" "That'd be stupid not to, man." "Need the drink to help with the nerves." Not showing it caffeine in me this time." Hugo took a swig and coughed. Would give for a bit of liquid courage right about now." "You still drink?" "Not anymore, my friend. Would that I could. Though who knows, maybe I could take a quick sip between deploying every now and then." "You asking to get your ass booted?" No, this I can't do his voice. My voice is getting shredded. I'm sorry, everyone's watching. Not at this point, though. I'd prefer to die. Not at this point, though. Not at this point, though. I'd prefer to die with. I keep doing it. I prefer to die with something numbing my system. Rather not be too sobered up in case something gets me. Huh. The sea lion smirked as he made a crunching noise. "Well, if you're off your rockets, something's definitely gonna kill you." I think it's more of like a "Well, if you're off your rockets, something's gonna definitely kill you." It's like that's gonna be his voice. That's what I think, but I can't do that for 30 minutes or an hour. Sorry. Hey, this would be relatively painless. "Dying a drunken bastard? That's how you want to go, my friend?" I mean, how does anyone want to go? "With some flair, man. Make it a spectacle at least. Or at least something in something so I can get it over with. How about you?" I prefer when I'm older. Much older. Wait, he's not old. I guess it's slightly older than them. Or around their age, I guess. Pushing 40. In one of those inner city residential units over in Ovation. You know, those damn fine luxury houses. Yes, dump a gold-flaked blanket on a bed the size of an AT, passing into the next life after one final sip of some premium, top-shelf liquor, some vodka preferably. Ooh, that's how you wanna roll, Gil. Gil scoffed. I mean, how you prefer dying out there, smart ass? Hey, you said how I'd prefer. Hey, you said how I prefer it, you dig? Suppose it's all just fantasy, anyhow. And you, Judah? How would you prefer to shuffle off this mortal coil, What does it matter? I mean, what the hell kind of question is that? Hey, just trying to make a conversation. About how I'm gonna kick the fucking bucket? How we're all gonna kick the bucket? Maybe I'd rather not think about being torn about by one of those fucking things right before being shipped out to the godforsaken wasteland, you twat. Wait, is it more of like a British thing, you twat? Maybe I'd rather... Wait. Maybe I'd rather not think about being torn apart by one of those fucking things right before being shipped out to that god-forsaken wasteland, you twat. Is that his voice? Is that supposed to be like kind of like Londonish, British? You done with your little hissy fit, chum? Wait, chums is more like a piratey thing. You done with your little hissy fit, chum? His voice has changed like... freaking Hugo's voice has changed like 3 times now. Guys! For goodness sake, I'm just trying to break the ice. Hey, why don't we just... Listen... Wait, how do British... Now listen to me, you motherfucker! Wait, that's a bit sounder. Stop! The rat... Oh wait, the rat. Stop. The rat had finally spoken at me was out of his seat. Stop discussing this. In a flash, he was back into his seat, staring intensely at the table's surface. Hard to make out what's behind those thick lenses. Was he upset, or... Gil took to his side immediately and knelt beside the rat. Hey. The rat's ears perked up, but he didn't face Gil. You alright, man? Hopefully my voice is not strained. I'll try to keep it minimum today. Yeah? Alright. You alright, man? You alright, man? Oh, yeah, that's the voice. The rat took a moment to respond and turned to face Gil. No, you're being overwhelming. His voice came out flat and cold. Even the way he looked at the dingo seemed unnatural, like he was forcing himself to. What do you mean? The rat sighed in frustration and turned away. Paws reached towards his prominent incisors. Wait, yeah, which chipped away at his nails. Just forget about it. What the fuck's wrong with him? Gil lowered his voice to a soothing murmur. Well, sorry if the whole talk was making you upset, man. Need some water? I can get you a cup. The rat shook his head. You sure, man? Happens when I get, antsy. Gil, I'm under a lot of pressure right now. Can you please respect this? He said in a surprisingly sharp manner. His voice lowered near the end there. The words were on his tongue, but he was too scared to let them free. Gotcha. Hey, I don't believe I caught your name, though. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen you around here before. The rat was quiet for a moment before speaking up. My name is Felix. You wouldn't have seen me before. Well, it's nice to meet you, Felix. I need some time by myself, so can you please, Alrighty then, mate. Just wanted to check in with ya. Felix mumbled something to himself, which I suppose was some form of a or uh-huh. Silence fell again. Hugo and Gil seemed to pick back up on a conversation while Felix and I simply dwelled on the sidelines. Honestly, just lingering around was making me feel awkward. A group of 4 strangers with nothing to talk about, nothing to relate to, just meaningless quips or introductions. Conversations that'll go forgotten or cut short when the time comes. Nothing Gil or Hugo were saying interested me, so I turned to see what our squadron's ferals looked like. Never did get a great look at them, now that I thought about it. 5 of them, each a separate color. To start, the bulky armor-plated type seems to be a pin-nip and... Wait, what? Pin-nip and a big cat. Okay. Fucking behemoth war machines they were. 25? No, 30 meters I believe is standard. Couldn't even remember the weight, but I heard these things flatten 80 units on accident all the time. Well, that and the unlucky bastard every now and then. Hell of a mess to clean up too. I shook away that macabre thought to investigate a tiny one off in the corner. A diminutive 15-meter tall blue rat, dexterous and nimble, with a sharp eyepiece connected to its eye socket. Would have loved to pilot a sniper, furthest out from the rest of the carnage. Though from what little I know of Felix, that might suit 4 eyes better. Finally, I arrive at the Myrmidons. Myrmidons? A yellow canine and a red otter. Speed, strength, and dexterity all packed into the titanic war machine. With teeth like that, they could chew up raw steel and hawk out that tank. Just in time, before staring got boring, there was a set of loud footsteps. Hugo and Gil hushed their little talk and turned to face the newcomer. A massive tiger marched in, barrels 4 arms that looked as though they could crush my skull to powder. He glanced sharply at the table where Hugo's thermos lay, and a grimace spread across his face. Wagner! Wagner! Would you take the damn thing off the table? This is an area for debriefing, not your barracks. Immediately, Hugo set to work wiping the tables as the tiger took position at the front of the table. Good. I'm sorry, I can't do the voice. Good, it seems we are all early. Have a seat, soldiers. This should only take a few minutes. I took to the table, finding a seat at the far end as the tiger read over a few documents he held in his paw. It's read, sorry. He set the folders at the center of the table, his large frame casting a shadow that engulfed the whole crew. I'm Shai Huang, and I have been assigned as the captain of Garland's squadron. It is a pleasure. His voice was trenched deep with bass, yet it was softened by an air of refinement. Okay, with bass? Base planet? Base planet! I don't know if anybody gets that reference. That's from another YouTube content creator. Creates skits and whatnot. Forgot his name. He scanned us with his eyes, brilliant green in color like an emerald. I suppose introductions are in order? Well, let's take care. Donato. Gil whimpered at that moment as a hulking tiger turned to face him with a displeased look. Yes, sir? Please refrain from interrupting me. He stared Gil down, and the dog looked like he was about to shit himself. Sorry, sir. Shay swatted that look of irritation way away before changing his tone. Anyways, are you adjusting well thus far? Fine enough, I guess. Then again, it's been hectic. Only a month in the squadron, I had to move again. Having Hughes definitely made it an easier transition, though. Speaking of, Shay turned his gaze to Hugo. Wagner, it's good to see you. Are you well? Fine. I was pretty comfortable with the old mace, but then this little opening popped up. Unfortunately, this dingo just won't seem to leave me alone. Sticks to me like a damn splinter. He said, eyeing Gil. Dingo, huh? Yes, that makes sense, but I couldn't say I've ever seen one myself. But orders are orders, I guess. Oh. Nearing our first year, if I'm not mistaken. Close enough. Well, that is a grand milestone. You should be proud. Hugo gave a nonchalant shrug. I'm just celebrating the fact I'm not dead yet. That remark got a stifled smirk from Shay. Nonsense. You'll see a long and successful career. That much I am certain. Have we to introduce ourselves to Bishop and Belfast yet? We've spoken a bit. Can't say I'm particularly familiar. Well, that will not do. Bishop, Belfast. Oh god. Would you care to fill Wagner and Donato in? Belfast, we'll start with you. The rat stared blankly for a moment before adjusting his glasses. As I said before, I'm Felix. Felix Belfast. I arrived here a week ago from the Eastern Ardor Division, where I was my squadron sniper. A fine marksman from what I hear. Felix turned away sheepishly, his ears flicking. I am sufficient? And Judah, yes, we should introduce him. He said, directing everyone's attention toward me. Huh? I'm not sure that's necessary, compadre. Bishop, this is standard. Well, I Everyone was staring intently at me. Felix hid back in his seat after throwing me under the bus. I'm Judah Bishop. I'm new and this is gonna be my first job. That's it, I said before receding. Shay sighed and groomed a tuft of fur on his cheek before continuing. I suppose that will do for now. In any case, firstly, I wish to extend a welcome to all of you into the Crater Ardor Feral Force. I've led at least 3 squadrons before yours and have been a member of the force for over 2 decades now. I'll do my utmost to strive for success in the field and ensure your survival. Now, for your mission at hand, we will be escorting a supply convoy to Outpost 16 over in the north. They have been in critical need for fuel and food for over a month at this point. The success of this mission is paramount to their survival. The outing will be around 8 to 10 hours, depending on if we encounter any trouble along the way. Hugo raised a hand. Wagner? Outpost 16 has been running dry for the past month. Why is that? Why haven't they been resupplied sooner? That's a good question, actually. Shay sighed and adjusted his jumpsuit before speaking. I suppose it is for the best that you are aware that this is not the first attempt to resupply Outpost 16. Yikes. The previous scheduled mission to Outpost 16 was a total failure. The squadron was annihilated. Reports from Taiga's squadron indicate it was a mega colony encounter. Do we have any idea what the colony looks like? That sounds horrible. That sounds like a horde of monsters and beasts. No, we're not even certain if it still occupies the same area. No attempt has been made to investigate the site of the attack either. Well, that seems a bit like underestimating the scenario. All we can be certain of is that it was large enough to destroy the squadron thoroughly. So we're all replacements then? Yup. I beg your pardon, Bishop. The previous batch beat the dust, so they coupled us together to replace them. Shay drew in a sharp breath with a faint growl reverberating throughout his voice. Watch your tone, Bishop. The moment his eyes met mine, I cast my glance aside immediately. They were smoldering and sharp as a spear. Even now I could feel them burning holes into me. Sir? Shay shook off his death stare and thankfully turned his attention to Felix. Yes, Belfast. Will we be making any alterations on our route to avoid the colony? We'll be taking a slightly longer route, 5 miles out from their last location. With luck, the mega colony may have broken up or moved on elsewhere. However, I advise the utmost caution regardless, and I'll be going to today's mission with the expectation of combat. Damn, we're locked in. We're doing this fucking live, huh? We're doing this. Going right into fuckers' territory after they slaughtered the last poor bastards a couple weeks ago. I guess it kills pretty cleanly. At least it makes it quick, hopefully. Any further questions? About the arsenal, what do we have? 20 or so EMP grenades, 500 rounds of rifle bullets, and a selection of lances, swords, and shields. Of the rifle munitions, we have piercing, disabling, and explosive rounds. Turn to Felix. We'll be assigning that transport to your feral Belfast. The rat simply nodded along. Again, he had his tail twiddling around in his paws. What was his expression? I could barely see behind those lenses. Was he scared or what? Bishop Donato. Yes? As a squadron's myrmidons, you will be at the... Is it myrmidons? Somebody fucking comment down below. As a squadron's like melee people, you will be the flank of the formation. Wagner and I will take the vanguard while Felix will provide suppressing fire from the rear. The armored transport will be at the center of this formation, and each feral will be assigned a single armored support vehicle to cavort their arms. With luck, we should be able to keep the transport safe up to its arrival at Outpost 16. However, if combat breaks out, the safety of the transport is our utmost priority. Is that understood? Not just for the lives of the men and women in the vessel, but for the lives of all those in Outpost 16. Felix raised a quivering paw. Belfast? If we are unable to resupply Outpost 16... He swallowed and fell silent, casting his gaze downwards. Shay finished that thought almost immediately, however. Yes. They will likely perish. Without the battery cells needed to power their Union generators, their outposts will be unable to repel I.C.O. and will likely be compromised shortly thereafter. This is a terrible fate, a slow one, a painful one. I understand the pressure. Truly, I wish there could have been a less dire situation, but we have our orders we must fulfill. Even a nanosecond of hesitation will result in an agonizing demise at their hands. However, if you follow my lead and aid your comrades to the best of your ability— oh, sorry, I did not read that. To the best of your ability, there will be nothing to fear, that I can assure you. We have around half an hour to prepare. Being your ferals by exactly that time, I will not tolerate tardiness. The tiger puffed his chest out and placed a fist right over his heart. Respite in death. The four of us stood, saluted, and repeated those words back. Dismiss. God, I hated looking at these things so close up. It stared down at me with those dead, empty eyes. Its lower jaw hung loosely from its hinges like the carcass of some long dead colossus. Judah, get in the robot! I knocked my knuckles on its side only to be greeted by dead thudding noise. Or this could be just a Gundam. So either way, either of those things. Must be a half foot of armored plating at the very least. The plating was as smooth as polished rock, and the faintest bit of warmth could be felt on the tips of my fingers. Must have been fresh from the foundry, sorry. Don't think I'd seen one in such good shape before. Lutris Incarnation is what it's called. Lovely name for a savage hunk of scrap. Half an hour, Shay said. I should be getting inside and preparing it for deployment. I'd rather not get mauled to death by Captain Hardass. Still, I had some time to kill at least, so I let the hangar's ambience sink in for a moment. Just stalling for a moment before entering. The sounds of clashing metal and vibrating machines echoed down miles of iron-plated tunnel. Like our door, it had the distinct scent of smog that made me feel like I was shaving minutes off my life with every inhale. Was I shaking? Were my legs shaking? A worm of uneasiness was slithering around my guts. It made me queasy. Was I going to vomit? God. Fuck, no, don't think about it. It was getting difficult to even swallow. I can't do this. Shit, this guy again? I turned to the source of the voice that waltzed right up by me. Shouldn't you be getting ready? Well, I'm just the next feral over and I want to wish you luck and all. Oh, okay? He seemed agitated. I wonder why. Oh, come on, I'm sure we'll be okay. I have faith in the captain and Wagner's damn reliable paladin, if I should say so myself. He's saved my fur plenty of times before. Whatever you say, Frenchman. How could he be so optimistic about this? Is he either stupid or delusional, or probably both? Or are you still bothering me? Don't you have something better to do? Hey, don't be like that, monsieur. I just wanted to apologize for what happened in the tram this morning. Must have been a shitty first impression, yeah? Can't argue with that. And well, we're both myrmidons, so we're the close quarter combatants of our squadron. We'd expect to fight together. Can't exactly coordinate ourselves properly if we don't get along, yeah? So I just want to apologize for stepping on your tail. And good luck out there, man. I know we can do this. You flashed me a salute? Well, now I got some shit to do with my feral, but don't hesitate if you need anything from me out there, alright? Sure. Awesome, see you out there. He bolted off, leaving me alone once again with the feral. I simply stared at Dingo ran in the distance, depressed at the thought that might be the last time I'd ever speak with someone face to face again. Fuck, enough stalling. I turned to the elevator pitch beside Lutris Incarnation and approach. Here we go, boys and gals, ladies and gents, sleepyheads. We're about to witness something cool, I think. The entrance shut and it all went dark. Ooh, claustrophobic little space, isn't it? At least it's easy to find my bearings. A bit too easy, maybe, as I hit my head on the ceiling. Air stuffer than the brow of the urban street prostitute. Couldn't ask for a more comfortable iron coffin myself. I squirmed into place, buckled up, and prepared to bring this bastard to life. Activate screen display, run boot up diagnostics. Ooh! Interesting. Alright, everything appears to be in order. I grabbed the headset, plugged into the wall, and adjusted it to my skull. I got it about as comfortable as these things get. Anyway, what 10-year-old designed these things? You had so many species to cater to, yet somehow you find a way that's uncomfortable for all of them. Great job. Sorry. Quit your bitching, Judah. Just start the damn thing. Connect me to Garland Squadron. Bishop, is that you? Affirmative. Is everything up to code in there? No problems on my end, sir. Wait, that's Shay. I'm sorry. Now I mixed up Gil and Shay. They should change the color a little bit. Operator voice to Captain Huang. Do you read? I read you, operator. All pilots are accounted for. No problems detected. Status on AT vessel. The AT and subsidiary units of 1 through 10 are all in position accounted for. Understood. All pharaohs are now granted permission to activate. Well, here we go. I took a deep breath and readied myself. Oh my, interesting. Lutrin Carnation. Activate. Sensations deluge over me in a torrent. I felt as though my mind were being separated from my own body. Wow, it's like Pacific Rim. The weight of its beastly arms, the texture of the concrete beneath its paws, and the surging power flowing in its wiry veins. This colossus of steel was mine to control. Felid Edelweiss is active and ready to deploy. Status report. Canid Golden Rod standing by. Atari Snapdragon standing by. Lutrin Carnation standing by. Murid Hollyhock standing by. Captain to operator, do you copy? Affirmative, Captain, I read you. Requesting restraints be unlocked. Request granted. Station 15 restraints have now been unlocked. All restraints free. Furrows are now mobile. Understood. Attracting walkway. The graded walkway I used to get to Lutrin Carnation's entrance swipe upwards, giving me a clear path into the center of the feral bay. The walkway has been retracted. We are now able to exit the docking bay. Meridian units, assume position. The paladins took the front, I took the middle with the dingo, the rat came from behind. My feral took a step forward, stirring up a cloud of dust as its paw clashed with the floor. Armored support vehicles 1 through 5, enter position behind your designated feral. The ACVs, which look like miniature versions of the AT, raced into position upon Shay's instruction. Once all was settled, Shay took the lead and we followed right after. We plodded across what must have been half a mile of runway until we arrived at the monstrous gate that dwarfed even our pharaohs. This is Captain to command. We have arrived at the main exit, requesting permission to enter. A few moments passed and a great rumble reverberated around us as that steel behemoth creaked open. It was so powerful, I could feel my bones rattle even from within the feral. Once it was fully opened, the squadron entered. Oh, this is cool. The new area was dark and around the size of the squadron's bay. Okay, all units have entered the airlock. Upon uttering those words, Royce gave an affirmation and the gates behind us shut. Silence. Nothing but the wiring of the pharaoh's insides to keep me company. Airlock secured, now opening Etna Gate. This was it. Outside our door. Outside the stifling interior of the craters. Out into hell itself.